This is a no-bake mocha cheesecake. It takes 10 minutes to put this together, and I promise you, it will be gone within 10 seconds once it's ready. If you love cheesecakes, chocolate, and coffee, you've got to give this mocha cheesecake a go. Let's begin. We'll first work on the crust of the cheesecake. So I've taken some crushed Oreos, keeping the filling inside. So don't take the filling out. So you want to crush the whole cookie as is in your food processor. And into this, I will also add some melted butter and mix it really well. Now, in a loose bottom 6-inch cake tin, which I have greased really well on the sides, and I've also lined the bottom with parchment paper, I am just going to add all of the crushed cookie crumbs on the bottom and use my spatula and just press it all together so it's nice and flat. And now this will go in the refrigerator while we work on our cheesecake filling. So in this bowl here, I have taken some room temperature softened cream cheese, and using my electric beaters on a medium speed, I will mix this for about 2 minutes. What I want is for this cream cheese to break down and soften and go really nice and creamy like this. Then I will use my spatula and scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl. And into this then I will add some castor sugar. After I've added the castor sugar, I will mix this on a medium speed again for about a minute. I may stop halfway through just to scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl if it spreads out too much. Essentially, though, you do want to mix this for about a minute. You want to make sure that the sugar crystals completely dissolve and melt in this cream cheese mix, and you'll start to see that the consistency really changes. It loosens up a lot because the sugar starts to melt and changes the consistency of your cream cheese, which is exactly what we want. Now into this I will add some room temperature sour cream. It just packs a punch and adds a beautiful flavor to your cream cheese. So once you've added the sour cream, you will now also add some vanilla extract, and then you'll go back in with your electric beaters for another minute. You want to ensure that both the sour cream and the vanilla extract mix really well with the rest of the cheesecake batter here. As you can see, this recipe is extremely straightforward and it comes together within 10 minutes. Of course, you do need to set this in the refrigerator, preferably overnight, but the actual work involved is literally less than 10 minutes. Now, once you've mixed that, you'll keep it on the side. And here in another bowl, I have some whipping cream, which has at least 35% fat content and it is nice and chilled. And using my electric beaters on a medium speed, I will mix this until we reach stiff peaks. You may feel tempted to use high speed on your electric beaters because that will help whip the cream faster. Do not do that because it can get over whipped very quickly. So always use a gentler medium speed to mix your whipping cream till it achieves the stiff peak consistency that we're after. We'll now start folding in the whipped cream a little at a time, and this is very important that you want to fold it in and not just mix it in any which way that you feel like, because you don't want to deflate all of that beautiful air that you've created from whipping the cream. Now, because we're making a mocha cheesecake, I want two distinct layers, one for the chocolate and one for the coffee. This recipe gives about 635 grams of cheesecake batter, and I will divide 255 grams in another bowl. I've used the same bowl that I used to whip the cream, and the rest will remain in the other bowl itself. The bowl that has the 255 grams of cheesecake batter will have the coffee liquid solution here. So I've taken some instant coffee and into that I've added a little bit of hot water and made this thick little paste. I'm going to keep it aside because we want that to cool down slightly. And we'll also melt our dark chocolate here. In this recipe, I've used chocolate buttons that have about 57% of cocoa solids. I'll pop this in the microwave at about 30-second bursts until it starts to really melt and get glossy. What I would also recommend is that before you start making the cheesecake recipe, you start off by melting your chocolate first and preparing your coffee solution first, so it has plenty of time to cool down. You do not want to add warm melted chocolate into your cheesecake batter because then you run the risk of the cheesecake consistency getting runny, and you absolutely don't want that. Now that both our coffee solution and the melted chocolate have cooled down, I will start adding them into my cheesecake batter. Now I'll add the cooled coffee solution in the bowl that has the 255 grams of cheesecake batter and gently fold it in. You want to be very sure that you're not just mixing it the way you feel like. You want to gently fold it in so you don't knock out any of that air that you've whipped up. You'll keep that aside, and then you'll add the cooled melted chocolate into the other bowl containing the majority of the cheesecake batter. I would again like to emphasize that the chocolate after melting needs to cool down thoroughly before you add it into your cheesecake batter. After you've done that, you'll gently fold it in until you don't see any more streaks of the melted chocolate and it has become a nice homogeneous chocolate cheesecake mix. Now, all that's left to do is just assemble everything. So, I've taken my tin out that has the crust as the base, and I'll add in the chocolate layer first. I'll shuffle the tin around and also gently tap it against the work surface. So, if there are any empty spaces in between the cheesecake batter and the crust, it gets filled up. And then I'll use my offset spatula and just gently smooth out the surface so it looks nice and even. And once I've done that, I'll start adding the coffee cheesecake batter on top of the chocolate batter, and then I'll repeat the same. I'll shuffle it around and I'll tap it gently against the work surface and then spread it around with my offset spatula till the surface looks nice and smooth. And this needs to go in the refrigerator for at least 4 to 5 hours, or I actually really prefer for it to stay overnight so it has all the time to set and for the flavors to develop as well. And then the next day you'll just take it out of the refrigerator, gently unmold the cheesecake and use a palette knife to nudge the cake off the base, which essentially becomes really easy when you're using a round of parchment paper at the base of the cheesecake tin. Now you can totally decorate this mocha cheesecake as you would like to, but what I love doing is just dusting a little bit of cocoa powder in the center of the cheesecake. And if you dust the entire surface with cocoa powder, the whipped cream will not stick to the surface of the cheesecake. So I leave the outer edge of the surface of the cheesecake empty and only dust the center with some cocoa powder. And then I'm using a Wilton 6B tip to make these little swirls around the edges of the cheesecake. And as a final finishing touch, I will add a single coffee bean atop each of these swirls just to make it look really nice and pretty. I love how adorable this cheesecake looks, and it isn't just visually appealing, it tastes absolutely incredible as well. You're then going to slice into your cheesecake, and I would highly recommend that between each cut you clean your knife with a damp cloth. So you're going in with a clean knife for each cut, giving you really nice clean cuts like this. And just look at how lush this no-bake mocha cheesecake is. I love the texture of this cheesecake because not only is it feather light and airy, but it's creamy at the same time, which just makes this so irresistible. If you enjoyed this recipe, I have an entire decadent and indulgent chocolate desserts playlist that I think you'll really like. It's on the screen now if you'd like to check it out.